All right, so it's a brand new month, December 2025. This means that we have to look at our dividend portfolio and specifically look at the dividend payments that we received for November 2025. And we'll do some other things where we'll look at the entire year, maybe compare it to the previous year, as well as look at the goals that we had set in the beginning of the year, which I might add is an ambitious goal. And I'll tell you, we did not get to that goal, but it's always great to set your goal too high. Rather it be too high than too low, right? Because if you exceed that goal very easily, it means that you are just not giving yourself enough credit in what you're going to be able to do and what you're going to be able to save. So set an ambitious goal. If you don't reach those goals, you can try as hard as you can to reach it the next time. You know what I mean? So anyways, in this video, we're going to go through the entire dividend portfolio as well as the dividends received for November 2025. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links down below for Twitter or Patreon, or if you guys want to get started with your own portfolio, I'll have a link for Robinhood or Webull. Robinhood is the one I use for my dividend portfolio, but Robinhood or Webull. And if you guys are interested in cryptocurrency, I will provide links for cryptocurrency platforms that I use as well. Now, I want to make it known before we dive into where the portfolio is that it is great to gain dividends and to have a high dividend percentage. But it is more important to have a decently high dividend percentage as well as being able to see the consistent growth in your overall portfolio. If you are gaining $1,000 in dividends a month, but your overall portfolio is dropping by $2,000 a month, it makes no sense for you to be invested into those plays because in all reality, you're losing $1,000 a month by being invested into those dividend plays. So make sure that you have consistency, whether things are completely flat and don't move at all and you gain in the dividends, or if you find the ability to gain as well as gain in dividends, you can kind of compound the two together. And that's what I look for, right? I'm looking for 5 to 10% for growth, as well as being able to gain a decent amount in dividends, over that time frame, about 3% average, and go from there. So let's dive right into the dividend portfolio. The current dividend portfolio stands at $184,816.72. My cat is laying on top of the water heater for some reason. I have no idea why you're doing that, man, but stop doing it. He just jumped down. But $184,000, almost $185,000. That is amazing, right? It took me a while to get to this point. It is over 2 years at this point. We started at $65. We grew it not only by just the growth in it, but also by being able to save and add to things. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. Make money from cryptocurrency, make money from side hustles, make money from YouTube, make money from whatever, and throw that into my dividend portfolio so that I can gain $300, $500, $1,000 every single month from dividends from the money, right? Make my money work for me. That's the ultimate goal. So $184,762 or $85.15 continue to change because we're currently in an open market right now. In the last day or today, I'm down by about $200. In the last week, I'm up by about $200. In the last month, I'm up by $6,474. In the last 3 months, I'm up by $1,480. In the last year to date, which would be 11 months, I'm up $12,008.93. In the last year, which would be 365 days, I'm up $6,055.78. And then all history, I am up $18,280.10, or about 11% increase over the last 2 years. Now, that's not the best level that I wanted, right? I want to see the highest level, which is like 10+%. But on average, if we split it between the two, I'm looking at about 5%, maybe 5.5% for the year. But like I said, that's not a bad thing, right? If you're gaining in the dividends and you're also gaining in the overall growth of the positions that you're invested in, that's the end goal, right? If you are flat and you're gaining in the dividends, that still could be the end goal. You're not losing money at all, and it's not eating away from your dividends, but you're being able to gain those dividends and utilize those dividends in the end. I want to see compound growth as I'm growing the portfolio, so it makes sense for me to see the growth as well as the dividends associated with it. Does that make sense? So, with that being said, let's go into the account and we're going to go into history and we're going to look at the dividends that we received for the last 30 days or the last month. So if we scroll down here and we look at November, that's the first dividend we received. Now, this is not a quarterly month, so all of the dividends that are going to be paid quarterly are not going to be paid in this month. It's going to be next month there. But I received $150.58 from JP Morgan Equity Premium, $64.07 from Realty Income, 7 cents from the Dow Jones, another 36 cents from the Dow Jones, which I don't have anymore. I decided to move those over to a retirement account, and my traditional IRA, I decided to move that over there, as well as the SPY, because I'm invested into the SPY there. This is not for that. But I received $42.26 from Wisdom Tree US High Dividend Fund, $102.71 from Investico S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF, and that's pretty much it, right? I didn't receive a crazy amount. I only have 4 monthly paying dividend positions. But as you can see here, I have some that are going to be coming in the next month, because it's a quarterly month, whether it's Nike or Coca-Cola or Microsoft or whatever, right? Target and all of that. So let's go into my dividend spreadsheet, my dividend tracker, so you guys can see everything that has transpired over this month. So this is November. All right, let's go ahead and scroll over here and just show you guys November really quick. November, I received a total of $359.62, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. I'm excited about that. It's better to, again, see the gains and then also see the dividends associated with it. And I received $359.62. If we look at all history for total for the last 11 months, I received $5,990.03, which is an average of $544.55 per month that I'm receiving in dividends, when you're including in the quarterly months that we have here, which are a lot higher. Last quarterly month was 1,200. The quarterly month before that was 1,200, and the quarterly month before that was about $881. So, again, fantastic to see the amount that I'm receiving, because I received an extra $6,000 in dividends. If that money was over in my bank account, guess what? Wouldn't be receiving $6,000 from that alone. And not only am I receiving $6,000 in dividends in the past year, when I also look at my overall portfolio and look at the year to date, I'm receiving $12,000 extra dollars. So a total of $18,000 in dividends and growth for year to date for the last 11 months. Now, also, you have to account for any type of decrease that we've seen there from the last 365 days, which you can do that math if you want to. But if we were just looking at the last 11 months, 12,000 plus the 6,000, I'm receiving $18,000 in 1 year for growth and dividends. Very, very excited about that. The largest amount that I've received in dividends, if I go to my tracker, largest amount I received in dividends was from JP Morgan Equity Premium, which was $1,651.93, which you have Charles Schwab as well, that is second on that list. And what's crazy is I have half of the amount in JP Morgan Equity Premium. This is a monthly paying position, and I'm receiving more in dividends from that than I am in the thing that I have $50,000 in. Maybe it should be reversed, and then I would have $3,000 that I receive from JP Morgan Equity Premium. Those things, those type of things that I see there, especially if you can combine that, like the growth with the dividends, that's what that's what I love to see. So what I'm going to do is just go through that and see what the growth was for the last year in JP Morgan Equity Premium, which is, for some reason, I can't find it. Somewhere, anywhere, don't know where it is. I seriously don't. It's here, but I can't find it. I'll just type it in. JEPI, JP Morgan Equity Premium. You're going to see I have 25,000. It was probably right in front of my face. For some reason, I just couldn't find it. But 25,000 in the last year to date, it is actually slightly down. So it's down by about 1%. I am down overall about $133. So take away $133 from my total amount. And then we also look at SCHD, which is Charles Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity. This had a tough year, but I'm still up about $1,144. So ultimately, if we look at the end, right, I was able to gain a lot more with Charles Schwab because of the growth, right? $1,000 plus the $1,000 that's there. So we'll be looking at, let's say, $2,200, $2,300 there versus the $1,500, taking away $100 from JP Morgan Equity Premium. So yes, we are also investing 50,000 more, or 25,000 more. If I decided to add the 25,000 into there, that would be up to $3,000. So if it was where I was investing more into JP Morgan versus the Charles Schwab, Charles Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, I would have made more in JP Morgan just from the dividend growth alone, and I would have been down, let's say, $200. So it would have been about $2,800 total for JP Morgan, and then for Charles Schwab, it's currently at $2,200. So I would have been maybe about a 7 to 6, give or take a few hundred, $6 or $700 of a difference there, which would have been amazing. So maybe I need to put more money into JP Morgan Equity Premium. But that's how much we gained in dividends. $359.62 for November, about $6,000 for the total year. We can expect it to get to about what I projected, even though this was down and we started to get up, but I would hope that I receive somewhere around 1,200, 1,300, maybe breaking what I expected, what my expectations were for the year there, which would be, again, amazing. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Let me know what you think about this. What does your dividend portfolio look like? How much do you have invested? I did want to go through what my goal was really quick. My goal for this year was $250,000 to have in my dividend portfolio. I am $65,000 off. And maybe that's because I stopped putting as much as I wanted in there. I was supposed to put $2,000 per month in there, plus see the growth as well. And I didn't. I was putting money into my, Roth IRA, my traditional IRA, and maxing that out because I wanted to establish that for the next 30 years on YouTube so you guys see how the growth is, real and in person. So anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Let me know what you think about my dividend portfolio and let me know about your dividend portfolio. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.